Okay, so how would you describe the texture of your hair?
Um, I would say I have more wavy type hair.
Okay.
And then if I've scrunched my hair, it's more curly, but it's definitely more wavy naturally.
Okay, would you say it's fine, coarse?
I have super fine hair, baby
Okay.
fine hair, like hair
Okay.
that breaks if you touch it with heat, kind of hair.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't use any oils or any type of heavy oils at all.
Okay.
Especially people that use like Moroccan oil or whatever kind of oil. I can't touch it with oil. My hair will look really dirty really fast if I use oils.
Okay.
Yeah.
so what do you usually use to like control your curl? Do you get any frizz?
I have really bad frizz.
Okay.
So I use the Curvaceous line, the cleansing conditioner.
Okay.
I really like that. So I'll use that. And then I use like natural shampoos. I don't use anything like, I'll use stuff that I buy at like Sprouts because I don't want it to be too stripping because the frizz is really bad.
Right.
And then I use, my favorite thing is Diva Curl Gel, the light gel.
Okay.
That's my favorite thing because you can put a good amount, it doesn't flake. So,
Okay.
and it gives a little shine, but it's not so heavy. So yeah.
Okay.
That's my thing.
So, what's the worst, since you're also in the hair industry,
Right.
either yours or one that you've experienced while you were working in a salon or in a barber shop, what's the worst thing that's happened to your textured hair or to somebody else's textured hair that you've seen?
I would say blunt cuts, like one length cuts, do not work for curly, like my
Okay.
type at all. Worst experience I ever had was actually at a beta.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Long story, but it was a long
Sorry,
time
Jenna.
ago. It was I went to my mother's hairstylist
Okay.
when I first got back from Boston, and so she wanted to cut a lot of hair off.
Okay.
And I, like, when I have short hair, it doesn't work for my hair. Like, it's curly
Yeah.
and it's
Springs
frizzy
up.
and like, yeah, and it just doesn't work for my hair type to be short. And so I wanted to keep my length. And so I basically just like argued with her back and forth
Okay.
for a little while because I was like, no, please don't cut more than half an inch. Like, please just trim it. And she was just like, like, shocker. Like, it was, and I didn't want any type of, what's that called? This one?
The face framing?
Face framing, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want face framing. I want bangs. Don't get anything short. It just doesn't work for me.
Okay.
And like considering how fine my hair is and how often it breaks, like people want to cut it because they're like, oh, like let's get the split ends. But it's like I need more treatments, like protein treatments and Olaplex treatments to
Right.
get it healthy and strong. Then I need it to be cut.
Right.
Because like I don't do any heat styling. I don't do any color. So like split ends, like as much as people would think that's not a big issue. So what happened with her was we argued a little bit on how much to cut, and then like I don't do heat, like my hair breaks.
Right.
So she wanted to like blow dry style, and I was like no. And this is in the middle of winter.
Oh,
so
okay.
and she was like no, let me dry it, and I was like no, it's fine, like it's okay.
Right.
And it was just we kind of went back and forth about that too because I was like it'll break.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like I wasn't listened to. It wasn't like where I was, the location, whatever the business. It wasn't about that. It was the fact that I didn't feel like I was listened to.
Right.
And I didn't feel like
You
I
had
felt
a
like I was
really
just-
bad consultation.
it was a really good, just like I felt like I was arguing the whole time, just trying
Right.
to be like listened to. And this is what I want. Just do what just do what I want. Like
For
you know
real.
what I mean? Like, and I feel like as a barber, like even if I think it's not the best thing for you, but that would make you happy, I'm gonna do it for you because that makes you happy.
Yeah.
And like if you know what's best for you at the end of the day because it's your hair, then I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like even if like I might want to talk you into something else, I just felt like yeah, she didn't want to listen to me, and it's like yes, I'm gonna put on my hat and my hood and I'm gonna go in my car and turn the heat on, and like it's not gonna blast it directly, but it'll dry. Like
Yeah,
it'll dry.
right.
So yeah, that was probably my worst experience. And I just walked out of there. I think I gave her like $5 in a tip for like a $40 cut, which for me is like
Yeah.
really little and really like. I just felt like I couldn't possibly give her more money than that because
I
it was
get
just like
you.
she didn't listen to me. Like come on.
And so would you
You
say
know?
that's like the most important thing for a starting out stylist to know when working with textured hair is that people who have textured hair know their hair
No.
and to listen to what they have to say before
I
you
would
go
say
in?
a lot of people. Well, I work with men, and
Right.
maybe that's a different thing. But like a lot of people with textured hair, curly hair, don't necessarily know that moisture is everything, and
Right.
like the moisture content is everything, and every hair is going to respond differently to moisture. So like for me, I do well with cleansing conditioners and the gel, but like I don't do oil.
Right.
Because oil, with oil and water, it just doesn't work. So I think listening to what the person wants, but also having some knowledge about how that hair functions, you know?
Absolutely.
I have guys that they come in and they'll wash their hair twice a day because they work out
Mhm.
with shampoo, and they have curly hair, and like, I have
All
all
in
this
one.
frizz, I have all this frizz.
All
And
in
they're just
one.
like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, what? Can you skip a shampoo and just condition one day? And they're like, what? I can do that? I'm just like, yeah. Like, I
Right.
tell them to experiment with their hair, knowing that they know their hair, but like, play with this oil, play with this thing, try something different, you know?
Right.
Like, and especially when you're in the chair, like, hey, can you put in some oil and let me see how my hair responds to it?
Absolutely.
Rather than buying it,
'Cause
you know
then
what I mean?
it's
Because then you
fixable.
could try it and you could wash it out if not. So, like, I feel like it's always an experiment, but if they sound like they know, like, no, this my hair doesn't, if they know exactly, listen to them. But if they're kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, then like, then provide insight, you know what I
Right.
mean? But like, if they're like, this is what it is, then yeah, so that's kind of how I would respond.
Okay. What would you say your best experience in a salon with your own hair was?
I don't like people doing it. I really don't. Like, the least amount, okay, so I would say for me personally, the least time I spend in the chair is the better
Okay.
for my hair personally. Because I can't color it, I can't really do the heat thing.
Right.
You know, it's so delicate that all I want you to do is just trim it, just gently, just
Okay.
lightly, and on handedness. Light-handedness is everything.
Okay.
The more you practice your light-handedness, the best experience for me is a person that's really gentle.
Mindful.
And mindful of how much they're pulling. Like, is this person like yanking back and forth? Just being really mindful of like, I have a very tender-headed scalp, so
Okay.
I treat everybody like they're tender-headed.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I had my best experience was with somebody that was exact. She was so gentle. She cut my hair in maybe like 10 to 15 minutes tops. And it was just a light trim, and it was just that's my favorite, you know, that's what works for me. Everybody's different, you know. I would
Okay.
love to get the full blowout treatment, blah blah blah, 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 you know, but like
But sometimes it's just not everybody's
what
thing.
works for me is I do protein treatments at home, I do Olaplex treatments at home, and then I get like a little tiny trim here and there, and that's what works for me. But like, also talking to Lisa, who has been a Cosmo for 20 years,
Right.
knows curly hair. She gave me the lowdown. She was like, you need to use Curvaceous cleansing conditioner, you need to use Diva Curl Gel, and you need to use Undressed by Kevin Murphy. I like Undressed. It's not my favorite thing, but like I like it.
Right.
So those three things, I went and got those three things, and those are really helpful. So having somebody that knows your hair type was really helpful. Yeah.
Awesome.
So Lisa really gave me the lowdown. Was like, do this, that, the third. And I was like, cool. And I went to all the places, got all the things, and that really helps me, you know. But
Yeah. So just like collecting as much knowledge as possible.
and experimenting, you
Yeah.
know. And people say like, oh, don't do protein treatments; it'll be too much. But my hair like cannot get enough protein.
Right.
Like it soaks it in. I could do it once a week for the rest of my life and be totally fine. Some people that's too much.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Play around.
Sweet.
Well, Olaplex number 3 never hurt nobody. Just saying. Just saying, like that really
Right.
helps. I've even done often the Olaplex 1 and 2 without
Mhm.
color. Or the Olaplex 1 with water, put it in there, let it sit like 10, 30 minutes, whatever. Then do the Olaplex 2, let it sit for an hour or two. Yeah, that as a treatment, really effective.
Awesome.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I had to ask.
Awesome.
Thank you for being so open with me. It was
You're welcome.
awesome to talk to
Of
you. Thank
How you
you.
doing?
Hi, I hope you're good.
So obviously your hair is very curly. Can you describe
Yes.
the texture of your hair to me?
You really put me on the spot right here, like on my knowledge, because I know if I say something wrong, then it's gonna be like.
It's
you know what I
okay.
mean? Okay.
She's the only one who'll ever say it.
Okay. Well, it's like curly, but I would say it's like more like subtle, because they're not really tight.
Okay.
It's dry. It's thick. It's short.
Okay. What products do you use on your hair right now that you're really liking?
I use rosemary mint shampoo and conditioner. I wouldn't say it's like the best for my curls, but I leave like some conditioner in when I do it, and it like I've seen that that's been helping. And I use Garnier styling gel.
Okay.
Okay. I know, y'all, but it holds curl. Like I just need like a really strong
Cool. So, what is the best experience you had in the salon?
With Kate, anytime she does my hair, it's like always amazing. She always puts me on.
Okay. Is there a specific reason why?
Yeah, she's just like patient. She doesn't, she doesn't rush it. She really takes her time. She really pays attention to where my curls are going. Like, it's super great.
Okay. And what's the worst experience you've ever had in the salon and why?
When I was in high school, I wanted to bang like side to the bang. She like started the bang like way too short because she had my hair straight, and I looked like a bird.
Okay. And what is any advice that you have for a beginning stylist on cutting and styling curly hair?
Never cut the hair straight if that's not the style they go for. Always point cut and like really just take your time and pay attention to the way that curls are.
Okay. Thank you so much.